My name is Jonathan Jefferson. I'm 49 years old and I'm a school district administrator, currently employed as Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics for the Uniondale School District on Long Island.
How have you been affected by heart disease and what caused it?
Well, 5 years ago, I suffered what they call level 1 heart failure. And that heart failure took months to identify the cause. And as it turns out, they found out that it was caused by a common cold virus or Coxsackie B virus. And that's something we come across almost on a regular daily basis, just touching a handrail someplace. But it usually doesn't cause illness. And even when it does, it's usually just a minor cold or a flu. In my case, and I've learned that this is not unusual for men in their 40s, it can actually attack the heart. And in my situation, that's exactly what happened. The Coxsackie B virus attacked my heart, causing it to increase in size and thickness, which in turn, it loses its effectiveness and starts to beat rapidly. So I felt some discomfort in my chest. It didn't feel like a heart attack. I thought it may be related to previous experiences I had with other illnesses. And it turns out I was fine in that regard, but my heart was racing at about 155 beats a minute or more. So after a couple of weeks, a week in a stay in a hospital and doing every possible test, they sent me to a specialist who finally identified the fact that it was a common virus that attacked the heart. So I do have to take medicine for life because the heart's not going to contract and go back to its normal position or size, but the medicine will allow me a normal life expectancy.
Were you surprised to find out that a common cold can lead to heart failure?
I was very surprised that something as common as a Coxsackie B virus could attack the heart. That is their best guess based on how I obtained it and the results of it. But by the time they came to that guess, the virus was already out of my system. So, but I was surprised that something so common and everyday could have such a life-threatening effect.
How often do you think people should get their heart health checked?
I believe heart health checks should be a part of your regular annual physical. I know some health insurance only allow biannual physicals, but during your annual physical, that should be a normal part of your examination.
Were you living a healthy lifestyle when you suffered from heart disease?
I was living a relatively healthy lifestyle. What I mean by that is I never was one to overeat. I was never one to indulge in unhealthy habits such as binging on calories or doing illicit drugs or what have you, or over drinking. That was never my lifestyle. However, what I thought was a normal healthy lifestyle, 3 meals a day, making sure you eat breakfast, I found later that is not necessarily the most healthy way to live, and I've since significantly improved my lifestyle, my eating habits, etc.
How often did you exercise?
I was one who would exercise because of the field I'm in. I was a health and physical education teacher. I'm now a director of athletics, health and physical education. So my whole life has been involved in athletics from high school and before. So exercising was not something foreign to me. It's not something that I had to learn or experience as a new. So I've always maintained. I might do a few months here and there where I'm not working out on a regular basis, but I've always maintained the habit of working out 3 to 5 times a week. Whether it's, I used to run a lot. I used to do a lot of jogging. I've run a marathon. You know, and when I wasn't running, I would always stretch. I would always do calisthenics. I studied martial arts for several years. So I've always been a fit person, and I've never gone too long without having a fitness routine or a workout or exercise routine as part of my schedule.
What lifestyle changes did you make to improve your health?
Well, initially, once I found out what the diagnosis was, I didn't really make many changes. I had a generally healthy lifestyle anyway, as far as exercising regularly, eating modestly. However, in addition to taking the medicines, I found that more was necessary for me to get back to the physical condition that allowed me to do things I enjoyed, which is hiking in mountains, jogging, which I don't do too much anymore, and those things were becoming more difficult. So what I decided to do is, well, I was watching a program, and they were interviewing a doctor, one of the doctors who advised former President Bill Clinton on his heart condition. And that doctor made a convincing argument about the benefits of a plant-based diet on the heart. So I decided I will give that a shot. I'll try a vegan diet. And if I had to do the vegan diet on my own, which means if I had to go do the shopping and prepare the food on my own, it wouldn't last. So I found a company that I can order organic, chef-made, non-GMO vegan meals from, and I have the vegan meals shipped to me every couple of weeks, and that's worked. I've been doing that for years now, and initially I lost several pounds, but I also noticed my stamina started to improve. I was able to exercise longer and stronger, and there are times where I don't feel any ill effects from the heart condition at all.
While you were going through your health issues, were you scared?
I wasn't, and that's more, I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person. And the way I distinguish the differences is my spirituality means I sense something more than just my physical appearance on this earth. And because I feel I'm tied to something more or greater, I feel I've come from someplace and I'm going to someplace. So when I was going through this, I just handle it as if, hey, if this is something that's going to end this particular life experience, so be it. I'll be moving on someplace else. So I was never afraid. I never had that, oh my God, I'm gonna die feeling. I don't think I'm even capable of that anymore because of my spirituality.
How do you feel about your progress from where you were to where you are now?
I am actually amazed at how simple changes for health can bring you back to a place where you felt even stronger than before your incident. For example, I will always have this heart condition. My heart's not going to return back to its normal position. I'll always need to take that medicine. However, I feel as capable. Now, this happened 5 years ago when I was, 44. So I feel now that I'm in better shape than I was when I was 44. I feel like I'm in my mid-30s with regards to being able to do cardio workouts as hard and as long as I can possibly do them, which is harder and longer than I did them before. My flexibility is better than it was before. In addition to the vegan diet and the exercise, I also started to intermittent fast, which means I spend 12 to 14 hours a day where I'm not taking in any calories at all. So that has allowed my body to behave more naturally, where it burns that stored fat. So now my body weight is stable, my flexibility is excellent, and my stamina is great. And like I said, that wasn't the case 5 years ago. That wasn't the case 10 years ago, but it's the case now. So lifestyle changes that put me in a better position now than I was before the heart condition.
What are some general tips you would like to give to the public?
Well, the quality of life is directly tied to your lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is one where you put your health second and you continue to eat processed foods that you know are not good for you, you continue to overeat grains and things that are going to cause you to gain weight and to gain fat and to possibly suffer from diabetes and cardiovascular disease, you continue to do that, your quality of life is going to suffer. So you have to put your quality of life in the forefront and start doing those things slowly but surely to show that you love yourself, right? Start eating the things that you know belong in your body instead of the things that are processed to exist on shelves for years. Start doing the things, physical things, the movement things that are going to benefit your body instead of becoming a couch potato and sitting down 16 hours a day. Just slowly but surely start changing your habits so that what you're doing is showing love for yourself, and what you put in it and what you do to it and what you do with it. So that's my advice, but that has to come from the soul.